Good evening and welcome to the program. My name is Susan Page, and you're watching the first ever debate for the president of the Pack Theater. It's going to be a thrilling evening, and I'm excited to be of service to the community. Up first, we'll be having a debate between two individuals, and then we'll move forward to two more individuals and two more individuals. The winners of each round will face each other in a final debate. But up first, we have participants Doug and Sir Preston Bingoman ready to debate. Please welcome them to the show.
Hey everybody.
Welcome. Anything you'd like to say before we start?
Our sex wax is half price this week.
Useful knowledge. And Sir Preston Bingoman, anything to add before we start?
Hello, I am Sir Preston Bingoman, and I am excited to be in contention for this important role of bringing bingo to the Pack Theater.
I'm excited to have you on the show. Now, if you're both ready, we will begin. You will each speak for 1 to 1.5 minutes uninterrupted. Our first topic of discussion is going to be music. This first question is for you, Doug. Why are trumpet players so annoying? Your time begins now.
You know what? I don't think all trumpet players are so annoying. What I think people are doing, they're doing a little transference from crappy mid-level college boy ska bands. And that's just generally, they're already kind of intolerable people, and that transference just happens to go over to the trumpet player.
Quick answer, and it has to do with hating ska people. Sir Preston Bingoman, would you care to respond?
I would say, in my opinion, trumpet players are fantastic. The thing about a trumpet player is they come out, they make a noise, and they let you know, hey, I'm here. And then they say, it's time for bingo.
I'm not familiar with that, but I will take your word for it. Yes, Doug.
Yeah, and it's not all ska players. It's just that little band of white dudes in the OC who are in college that form their own ska band.
Time is up. Next question.
I think I have a burrito ready.
No, I found a timer online, and I don't think I will use it anymore. This next question is going to be for the both of you. It is, do you believe in life after love? Sir Preston Bingoman, please start. Your time begins now.
This is a fantastic question. In fact, I have experience with life after love. I did lose my dear wife, the lady Margaret Bingoman, to an untimely death at the childbed. And after that, I threw myself into bingo. And my life has been bingo after love. So, in my opinion, I would say life after love is only life if there's bingo.
Only if there's bingo. And Doug, is there life after love? And if so, have you experienced it?
Oh, like absolutely. I mean, I think the phrase, is there life after love, is when you make a human to human connection that is both romantical and friendshipful. And then when you break up, will you ever have that again? But I think if you're just looking at that, you're not enjoying the full scope of all there is to love. Like, I love my friends, and they love me. We love the ocean, we love partaking from time to time. So you can have a lot of things to love. So love never ends because life is love.
Very interesting.
Madam Moderator, may I have consent to ask a question of my opponent?
Yes, you have a 15-second chance to ask a question to Doug, beginning now.
I'm right here for you, older Mario.
Excuse me. What did you call me, Doug?
What? I said older Mario, bro.
Oh, no, that's accurate. Doug, at any point in your time on the beaches, did you find a time to make a bingo card available to any of the folks that constitute your constituents among the beach people?
No, I'm telling you, if we're playing bingo, it's beach bingo. And that's way more funny than waiting for somebody else's ball to drop.
No,
Interesting perspective.
no.
Our next question comes from a girl named Susan in Detroit, Michigan. Her question is as follows: Jazz? Doug, please begin. Your time starts now.
Jazz is difficult to explain. Jazz is basically like anything that isn't kind of like not music, and then you kind of jam it all together, and it kind of like it just kind of like drives. Man, dude, jazz is not for me. It's not for me. No. Some Offspring is good.
Offspring good, Jazz bad. Sir Preston Bingoman, would you agree with Doug's statements? And if not, how would you contrast? Jazz?
I would disagree with Doug on this one. I believe jazz is a valuable addition to any bingo room. If you are to play bingo, you should play bingo to the songs of the ancient jazzmen of old. You should play bingo to music that makes you feel like you're alive again. And that is jazz. Jazz is different from moment to moment. You'll never hear the same thing twice unless they want you to, in which case, hey, you're still playing bingo.
Fascinating. Our next question in relationship to jazz will be jumping to a new topic, but still under the music header. This one is, if you could hear out of any body part, but no longer your ears, which part would you choose and why? Sir Preston Bingoman, your time begins now.
Well, this is a difficult question because for me, I do believe the ears are the best place to hear from. But I will say, I need my eyes for bingo. I need my hands for bingo, but I do not need my toes for bingo. So I would hear from my toes. I could stick them up above the bingo table and still hear everything that I needed to hear, be it B27, I34, N71, G208, or even O5 million. I could hear it with my toes.
I thought you were going to continue listing them for a while. I'm glad you stopped there. Doug.
I could continue.
We'd rather you didn't.
This is easy. I've actually had this happen before, where I could actually hear the sounds through my eyes, and at the same time I could see the colors of those sounds. And they're not like little individual things. It's like a wave that just kind of washes over you and just relaxes you. You're just like in the moment, you know. And sometimes like you can taste colors with your mouth. That's why we have blue as a flavor.
Doug, you're refusing to answer the question.
Oh, what's that?
If you could listen from a part of your body that was not your ears, which part of your body would you choose? Not can you see sounds?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little distracted, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be, that guy. So, like I said, I've experienced this before where I was able to hear the sounds through my eyes at the same time I was seeing the colors of the sounds. So I would say,
thank you, Doug.
My nose.
His nose.
My
opponent doesn't know the functionality of his body parts. My opponent cannot be president of the Pack Theater if he does not know how to smell, taste, or hear separately.
Well, I can't see how you can hear what the Pack members want and what they need if you've muffled your ears in a pair of Chucks.
I don't know what that means.
Shoes.
Chuck Taylor.
Toes in your shoes, man. You can't hear anybody.
This was a hypothetical question. I choose to hear with my ears.
No, well, it tells a lot about like what somebody other body part chooses.
Now, Sir Preston Bingoman, in a previous interview, you said that you would choose to hear out of your back. What has changed?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you brought this up, actually. Now, at one point, I did think it would be nice to be able to hear out of my back if I was unable to hear out of my ears, but then I got a better bingo chair. and it takes up more of my backspace directly on the canvas. And I thought to myself, well, if my back is pressed up against a nice cushion, at no point will it be easy to hear. But if I take my shoes off, I could hear from my toes at any point, at any given time. And every question any pack member had for me, well, I would hear it with my toes, but not my back because it's against a cushion.
Fascinating. We're now approaching the end of our debate, but we are going to give you each a minute of time to have any final closing moments. And if you'd care to discuss our dependency on having music constantly on in the background, destroying our self-actualization process. Doug, you may begin.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, there's a problem with the self-accusation. Because are you going to go with Pantera Rock-Dizon from Italy and his view of like what actualization is? And that's the physical embodiment of your mind, and accepting that your mind is literally just here. You are only your mind. And actualization would include the body as part of that. Or do you go with Doug Thorpendorf from Norway, whose solid theory is that self-actualization is just an inward projection of outward expectations?
I am blown away by that answer. Sir Preston Bingoman, closing statements and thoughts on the self-actualization process.
Absolutely. Now, the self-actualization for me comes from finding what you care about most, which I think every member of the Pack Theater community can relate to. You find what you care about and you throw yourself into it. And for you, that's being a comedian in Los Angeles, putting on shows at the Pack Theater. And for me, that's playing bingo. And both of those have an element of background music that matters. You put on a good jazz tune in the back, you can hear yourself think. You put on any tune you want as a transition song between sketches, well, hey, I'll approve it. I don't have any ideas of censorship for music, and I don't care how you self-actualize. I just want to see you succeed at playing bingo or sketch comedy.
And now, as all debates function, I've been taking notes, and I do have a winner in mind, but to seal the deal, I would like you each to describe your campaign in one word. Doug?
Weird.
Sir Preston Bingoman.
Bingo.
And let me add up these numbers. Doug, you advance to the next round.
Whoa.
Congratulations.
I concede to the rightful winner.
Dude, cool, man. I got to tell you, I love bingo. That's a fun game.
Choosing your opponent's stance. Interesting strategy. Okay, now moving on to our next group of participants. We have Rita and Allie, and they will be debating food. Let's start. Rita, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Hello. Thank you for asking. It is 5 o'clock here, and if I'm president of the pack, it will be 5 o'clock all the time. Our fridge will always be stocked with lukewarm Tecate and Natty Light Seltzer, and there'll just be electric guitar on the speakers and real beach and vibes. Cheers.
Sounds wonderful and classy, Allie. Welcome to the show. Any initial statements?
Hi, I'd like to keep it short because that's the classy, the substance of class. So I would just like to say thank you.
That is indeed classy. Welcome, both of you. Our first questions comes from Gregory Washer, and he is from Detroit, Michigan. He asks, do you think that cake is good? This question will have Maggie Ritaville start. Your time begins now.
Is cake good? The answer is unequivocally yes. Cake is very, very good. I could eat cake all day. A big fan of chocolate, big fan of vanilla. My administration will bring strawberry cake to the pack because cake is very good. And, there's no reason to say against it. I know there are some of you out there who are like, but wait, what about pie? Y'all are wrong. Cake is good. Pie is also good, but not as good as cake. And that is my stance.
Interesting stance. Classy Alley, would you care to respond to Maggie Ritaville's response and answer for yourself?
Yes, I will take great care to respond to Maggie Ritaville's response, and I will provide a response right now. That response is that cake is not good. Let's be honest. I think we all know that cake is a cheap form of sugar that just pops up in the oven and requires no effort. My grandmother's ashes could make cake. That's not a good sign, okay? My grandmother, when she's alive, she makes pie. Pie is for winners. Cake is for losers.
Allie, did you imply that you put your grandmother's ashes in a cake? I don't know about this girl. I don't know about her.
I was not
Classy Alley, would you care
implying.
to respond?
Listen, my grandmother's ashes, she would never have her ashes turned into cake, okay? Let me just say that. Where her ashes are and what they've been turned into is none of your business, but not cake. Never cake. Maybe a nice sorbet, but not cake, okay?
Very well. Just a quick reminder before the next question. We'll all use our indoor voices and not scream at one another. This next question hits both of you personally, I know, in your stances. Is blue raspberry an actual flavor? Classy Alley, please start. Your time begins now.
Absolutely, it is a real flavor because it was made in a test lab, and I think we can all confirm that test labs and seedless watermelon, these things are classy. These things are American. These things push us forward, okay? There's about blue raspberry. When I put it on my tongue and it turns me blue, what do people see when they see a smiling blue tongue? They think you have money.
I suppose they do. Maggie Ritaville, would you
Yeah.
care to respond to
Yes.
Classy Alley's statements and answer the question on your own? Your time begins now.
America, Pack Theater. Have you ever seen a blue raspberry in the wild? Think about it. No, you haven't, because they don't exist. Blue raspberry is a conspiracy theory. Classy Alley is tweeting it out like it's a real thing, but it is a conspiracy theory. Blue raspberry doesn't exist. It was invented by AMC to sell popcorn. Think about it, guys. Blue raspberry? No, they're blueberries. They're raspberries. Can they have babies? No, it's not right. It isn't right. We have to keep them separated. That's how it should be. In my administration, there will be no blue raspberries in reality. They only exist in artificial flavoring.
No blue raspberries in reality. Our next question comes from an 8-year-old guy, and he is in Rochester, Minnesota. He asks the following question: but where is the beef? Maggie Ritaville, please answer first. Your time begins now.
Well, I'm going to say that the beef is in these guns. Yeah. The beef is in the guns that are going to protect you when I'm overseeing y'all in the Pack Theater.
Pro firearm, was not expecting that to come in a discussion of beef. Classy Alley, would you care to respond to Maggie Ritaville's statement on firearms?
On firearms, oh wow, I was gonna talk about beef, but I will talk about firearms. I would say that firearms are absolutely fantastic. Why not? If I need to light my arm on fire, and I want to destroy something, I can do that because I'm a human who has lots of potential, and I think that human evolution should take the next step so that we all can become superheroes. And I honestly think that is just the natural next step that we as Americans should take here, and we should spend all of our money on superhero investments, to be quite honest with you. Firearms 2020.
And I would like to point out that my opponent is now both pro-cannibalism and pro-self-immolation.
And pro something with the gram on the ashes as well. Next question. Does anyone bake a cake as tasty as a tasty cake? That's from me. Who went first last time? Classy. Maggie Reedeville, I think you go first this time, correct?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go first again. So
Oh,
cake and cakes. No, I'm going to talk. I'm speaking now. It's my turn. This is my time.
Of course
I
it
have
is.
as much time as
Rude.
my opponent, if not more. We should both have
Rude.
equal amounts of time, but I just want to make sure that I have all of my time.
Okay, you would. You would.
Of course, I
Fake
would.
news.
your
I
time
would
is actually
not
up now,
stand
Maggie
up for
Reedeville.
herself.
You used all your time discussing that you wanted to use your time. Classy Allie, would you care to answer the
Yes.
question on is
Of-
what
Mhm.
cake? Does anyone bake a cake as tasty as tasty cake? There it is.
Oh yes. I think we all know the exact answer to this question, and that is an NA, not applicable. The question does not need to be asked because, as I already mentioned before, there is no such thing as cake. Okay, cake is bad. Cake is fake. Cake is fake. Hashtag cake is fake. It's not good. Okay.
Cake
Pie
is
is where
real
it's
unless it
at.
is blue raspberry flavored.
I would love a blue raspberry cake.
One at a time,
I would love a
please.
blue raspberry cake. Oh, Susan
Yeah, I'm
Page.
sure you
Why
would,
don't you
because
go eat some
you know
blue
it's a good dessert.
Excuse me?
Susan Page, you can go eat a blue raspberry cake up your butt.
Oh my! You don't. You're supposed to be debating Maggie Reedeville, not speaking about my butt. This final question, and I'm sorry, Maggie Reedeville's getting it first again after statements like those. This question comes from
Fine.
Carl in Austin, Texas. You got food poisoning. Which end is it better to come out of? This is our final question, so make it good, Maggie Reedeville.
Okay. Controversial opinion? Both. Here's why. If it's coming out the top, you get a lot of burning. If it's coming out the bottom, you get a lot of burning. This minimizes your burning. You got a little burn up top, little burn at the bottom, but your whole body is not burning as much as it might be.
Very fascinating. And Classy Allie, which end is better for the food poisoning to come out of? Final time to answer. Your time begins now.
I think we all know the answer to this is that neither end. Okay? You don't need, when you have food poisoning, we as humans, if we are consuming blue raspberry, these healthy, non-organic foods, and we are focusing our minds on our positivity and our positively maximum huge fat ass wallets, and we see all the money that we have, we can ingest and we can eat and reconsume the poison, and we can use it to our advantage, and we don't need to release the poison from any edifice or whatever the word is of our body. Okay, so the answer is I don't get food poisoning.
Spoken by a woman who baked her own grandmother's ashes into a cake and then ate them.
And if I'm correct, she just said that you should eat the poison. Does that mean eat what you puke or poop out?
Eat the poison, Susan Page. Eat it. You can handle it, Susan. Do you think you can handle it, Susan? If I were to give you poison, do you think you could will yourself through that process?
I don't know why you're. No, I don't know why you're coming at me. I ask the questions.
I'm just saying. You
I
don't
would-
need to ask questions if you live with an affirmative belief. Everything is a statement. Okay?
Susan,
There are
isn't
no
your time
questions.
up?
But
I think
time
actually
is
Oh.
we have more
up.
time
We
to
go
talk as
down.
well with these personal attacks.
I am going to be
Maggie
voting.
Reed.
You know that I choose the
Class
debate
Allie is
winner.
the
Let me
best.
remind you all of that. If you could describe your campaign in one word, what would that word be? Final answer, Maggie Reedeville.
Beachin.
Beaches.
Beachin.
Beachin.
Yes. Beaches meets bitchin.
Making up a word. And Classy Alley, one word to describe your campaign.
Susan.
I like that. I wasn't expecting this, but the winner of this debate is Classy Allie. She advances to the next round. She played dirty.
Margaritaville.
I won't deny that. Very good
I'll be
debate.
betting for Deb.
Margaritaville, your stances. Very good. Okay, coming up, we have another debate. This is for the president of the Pack Theater. My producer is trolling me with putting those up. This following section that we'll be discussing is pop culture, and it will be debated by Mary Beth Rizzo and Diane Reynolds Kinney. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Mary
Stu.
Beth Rizzo, welcome. Was there anything that you would like America to know before we start?
My name is Mary Beth Rizzo, and all 5 of my children went to Cardinal Doherty High School, and I am a very proud resident of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Very good. Welcome to the show. And Diane Reynolds Kinney, is there anything you would like the viewers to know before we start?
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me, Susan. And I'm just saying hello to everyone tonight from Haverford, Pennsylvania on the main line. And it's just such a pleasure to be here.
Welcome both to the show. And as you heard before, we will be discussing pop music, a topic that I know you are both very passionate about. This first question comes from Jeanette in Harborville, Wyoming. The question is, do androids dream of electric sheep? Mary Beth Rizzo, please, you may begin.
I'm not really sure what an android is, but I know some girls that went to St. Anne's, and those bitches dreamt about everything because they were doing lots of drugs. And my family never touched this stuff, but they brought a really bad reputation to the area. So I'm going to say yes.
She answered yes. Androids dream of electric sheep. Diane Reynolds Kinney, would you care to respond to her answer and answer the question for yourself?
I would be so happy to respond, Susan. And I'm going to go ahead and say no. But to be perfectly honest, we are an Apple household. I just got the new iPhone and it's really fantastic. And I've been dreaming of it since they announced it. And I think it's really just Apple products are just dreams come true. So, I'm not really sure, Mary Beth, your Android devices, they're just a little gauche. So maybe those Androids dream of electric sheep, but with my new iPhone, I can dream of whatever I want.
What is this telco bitch talking about? I have AT&T.
Please respond. I believe she was attacking you for having an Android.
I didn't go to St. Anne's. I went to Little Flower. What are you talking about?
Oh, honey. No. I'm talking about phones, the things that you call people on. I don't know, maybe
one in my kitchen and one in my bathroom.
Yeah, that sounds about right, honey.
Let's keep things civil here. This next question, who answered first last time? Mary Beth Rizzo did. So this question is for Diane Reynolds Kinney. Are you jealous of Beyonce?
That's such a good question, Susan. And I ask myself that every day, but Beyonce's doing her thing and that's great for her. My husband, he might not be an internationally known rapper, but he is in middle management for Comcast. And, we have a lovely home in Haverford and our kids get to go to Friends Select. And, I really can't ask her anything more than that. So really, no, Beyonce can just keep doing her thing. I'm doing fine.
It sounds like it based on how often you speak about your belongings. Mary Beth Rizzo, would you care to answer the question? Are you jealous of Beyonce?
No, I am not jealous of Beyonce. because Beyonce's man cheated on her. And my husband knows what would happen to him and what would happen to his junk if he were ever to step out on me. And he respects me.
Follow-up question. What would happen to his junk, Mary Beth Rizzo?
I'm not sure that you want to know, Miss Susan Page. This seems like a classy debate, and I don't want to get into the gory details. But let me tell you, he wouldn't be sleeping around very much longer with anybody.
I think I'm beginning. Yes, I think I'm beginning to get the idea.
Susan, can I just respond to that, please?
Please do. Your time begins now.
I just want to say, Mary Beth, you know, as women, we have to support our husbands. And sometimes, you know, if they need to step out with, like, you know, Sheila, the PTA president, or their secretary, Kelsey, you know, these are just things that, like, men have to do, and we should support them. So I take your stance on violence, spousal violence, very seriously. And I hope that the leaders at the PAC consider that as well.
Diane, I feel bad for you, honey. How many children you have?
I have 3 lovely children.
Yeah, where they come from?
They come from my womb, of course.
Sure. Okay.
Our next question is related to wombs because it's about me and I came out of one. The question is, am I Bob Ross? Who answered first last time? Diane.
Diane answered first last time, so I'll take my turn. Hello, put me back on the screen. Thank you. Okay, so I'm very familiar with Bob Ross because Bob Ross is on WHYY every Sunday morning when I'm getting my kids ready to go to church. So I am going to go out on a limb here and say, Susan, you're not Bob Ross. I mean, you seem like you're pretty good at hosting debates, but I don't think you're making any happy little trees anywhere. I'm not trying to, you know, no offense made, but you're not Bob Ross.
Felt personal? Diane, would you care to answer the question? Am I Bob Ross?
You know, Susan, as I've learned from reading several books by Brene Brown, you can be whatever you want to be. So if you say that you are Bob Ross, or if you aspire to be Bob Ross, I say believe in yourself. Be you know, whatever your higher power is telling you. And if you wake up one day and you say, I want to be Bob Ross and paint some happy little trees, I say go for it. I believe in you.
Well, you heard it here first. I can become Bob Ross if I want to. It's that simple.
And if Jesus wants you to.
And if Jesus wants us to. Interesting stuff. We have another question right here. What happened to all the Beanie Babies? Now, Mary Beth, you answered first last time, so Diane Reynolds Kinney, I know that this is a matter close to your heart.
Oh, girl, I got you on this one.
It really is. It really is very important to me. You know, because a lot of my wealth was based in collectible items. Not really so much Beanie Babies as art and cars, classic cars, and things like that. But you know, I think the Beanie Babies. You know, I think they're all somewhere together, just living their best lives. And, you know, they brought children so much joy. And, you know, the people who collected them and thought that they were going to be worth a ton of money someday, I mean, that's very sweet. But, like, honestly, really? So I don't know. They're probably just floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean somewhere, to be completely honest.
Floating in the ocean. Now, Mary Beth, I know that this is a very important topic for you. Please discuss the Beanie Babies.
Diane is completely wrong. I know where all the Beanie Babies went because they're in my basement. And that's how I plan on funding the Pack Theater for the next 30 years. I even got the special edition ones.
All of the Beanie Babies, like the
All of
global
the Beanie Babies.
population.
I got a really nice basement.
It's-
I mean, it's like a row home, but it's got a big basement.
I imagine it'd have to be a few acres big to fit all those Princess Di bears.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are running out of time here. So this next question is a speed question, which means answer it as quickly as you can. This question is, who is the sexiest man alive? This question was sponsored by People Magazine 2021. Mary Beth, please.
Jesus Christ.
Very good answer. Diane Reynolds.
Or Father Tim.
Or I'm assuming your priest is who that is.
Oh.
Sounds handsome. Diane Reynolds. Speed answer.
Obviously, my husband, Gary Kinney, is the sexiest man alive, and I will say that forever and ever.
No
Fast,
matter how many times
whatever
he
speed
puts on
you
you.
want it, baby.
Gary Kinney. Okay. Well, it looks like we're down to the end here. And so I'll just ask each of you to please describe your campaign in a single sound. It can be a word or not. Mary Beth?
Wawa.
Wawa. Diane?
Classy.
Wawa and classy. And I have my answer for who advances. And she won it with the comment on Jesus. Tapping into my spiritual side, Mary Beth Rizzo advances.
That's right.
What an
Sayonara,
exciting-
Diane.
Enjoy going back to your row home with your 15 children and your priest.
And my husband who never steps out on me.
Ooh, that stings. Okay, so it feels like it's the end of the show, but it's not. And the reason why is because the winner from each debate is going to verse each other in a final showdown. I'd like to welcome back the contestants so that they can hear what our final category is. Please welcome back Doug, Classy Alley, and Mary Beth Rizzo. Okay, we are going to be discussing something that I know is a pivotal point in each one of your platforms. Lifestyle.
Ooh, absolutely.
This first question is asked by Hillary Clinton. And she says she wants each of you to know, boxers or briefs? We'll start with Mary Beth. Your time begins now.
I have noticed that my husband is a lot more fertile if he wears boxers. The briefs just sort of restrain him a little bit too much, and there's not as much juices flowing down there. So I'm going to say boxers.
Follow-up question, what do you mean by juices?
Well, you know, a good Catholic girl's not going to talk about that, but, you know, there's this stuff there that, you know, we're making babies.
Good answer. Classy Alley, boxers or briefs?
100% without a doubt, briefs. Briefs are brief. Brief is classy, nice and tight, nice and snug. That's all you need to keep your brain and all the poisons in your body from operating in their healthy way. It's my answer, briefs, and I'll keep this brief.
Did you say to keep the poisons in your body?
You use the poisons to your advantage. The world gives you poison, and rather than spitting it out, you use it to fuel you so you can work through it and you can exceed in America.
Okay.
And at the Pack Theater.
Keep the poison in your briefs. It makes sense. Doug, boxers or briefs?
You know, Susan, that's like a classic question. You know, a historical question. And they're right. With briefs, men are more fertile. The love juices flow more. I mean, it's like there's like tons of scientific studies on this. So that being said, Doug wears briefs, like one size too small briefs. Just to be on the safe side.
Not surprised by
brand
that.
Smuggling a little hammer.
Excuse me?
Well, I said
What
it
was
looked
that?
like I'm smuggling a little hammer.
You smuggle a hammer in your briefs?
Well, that's what it looks
A
like.
little hammer. I said a little
What
hammer.
size? Like a baby's hammer?
Who would give a baby a hammer?
In a judge kit. Like a
Hmm.
toy judge kit.
Oh, I don't want children judging other children.
Okay, this
I-
next
And you know what? If I'm elected as PAC president, I won't judge you. You get to put your stuff up, whatever you want to. I mean, within legal reason, but you get to be you and express yourself. You know, do funny characters. If I was president, I'd make fun of me. You know, you can make fun of me. I'd be fine. You know, I think, you know, that, you know, somebody else is a little high strung. You know, you want somebody who's like easy peasy.
interesting perspective. Okay, this next question, Classy Allie will be answering first. How many times per week should you shower? Your time begins now.
18. 18 times a week, absolutely no question. That is 2 times per day. And then on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, you shower one more time. That is the proper amount of time, because on Tuesdays and on Fridays, you don't need to shower. Tuesdays are the most productive day of the week, and you don't want to waste your time showering twice. Only just like 3 times, only twice. So clearly the mathematics make sense here. Okay, this is concrete bulletproof. And I promise to install a shower at the top of the pack, on the middle part of the pack, and in the pack basement. Okay, so there can be showering at every single show, at the beginning of the show, during the show, and after the show. Okay, I will install showers outside on Santa Monica Boulevard. I will put one right outside the Pack Theater so you can shower as you wait in line. It's going to be the cleanest shows, no swears, clean, amazing.
Oh. So not only physically clean, but also content clean as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Complete.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Doug, how many times per week should you shower? Your time begins now.
I don't know. I mean, it's I kind of bathe in the ocean, you know, every day. That's pretty awesome. But then you do rinse off. So like 7. Sunday, Monday.
I don't think Doug's taken a shower in a very long time. Look at that hair. Those curls.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, 7.
I-
7 days there in that week.
Doug, we're going to shame you. Shame on you. Shame on your curls, your curly hair.
Hey, you're open to your own opinion. I like them, you know, so you can hate them if you want, but I'm not going to apologize for who I am. Nobody should apologize for who they are.
Beautiful.
You're too nice.
So we have 7 showers. We have 18 showers. Mary Beth Rizzo, how many times should you shower a week? These are the questions.
I truly think that depends on how many children you have compared to how many bathrooms you have in your house. Because my row home only has 1 full bath. We do have a powder room, but we only have 1 full bath, and I got 5 kids and a husband who goes to work as a sprinkler fitter every day. So he's got to get a shower every day. The kids I have on rotation. It's a very complex chart. I get a wine bath every Friday night after I come back from my meeting with the sisterhood. Then on Sunday morning, before we go to church, everybody's got to at least do a cracks and crevices, pits and splits kind of shower, because I don't want any of my children showing up to mass smelly. So I think it works out with the schedule that we have right now to everybody's getting a shower or a bath or just like a quick wipe down 3 to 5 times a week.
3 to 5 times a week. And this includes what is a wipe down?
Well, just when you're using the washcloth for, armpits, in between, where your private areas, just to make sure that you're not really radiating stink. And I noticed that that's what make me a great candidate for scheduling at the PAC. You really got to know how to schedule your life when you've got 5 kids, all within 5 years.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
This
I'm not
next-
going to have children because I will live till I'm 184 years old. I'm going to be freezing my body after that point as well. So.
Wow. And Doug, do you plan on having any children?
Oh no, it like seems really rough. Like I was my mom's only kid, and like I ended up with having like 2 dads, Dad and Gary. So I don't know if I want to bring a kid into this world.
Very thoughtful. Okay, this next question is from the 7th grade class at Orange Grove Middle School, written by Charles Buchanan. He asks, "How you doing?" Let's have Mary Beth Rizzo start this one.
I'm doing pretty good, Chucky. How are you doing? We'll always have something to talk about if I'm president of the PAC, because I am the queen of small talk.
Give me an example.
Well, Susan, did you hear that Josie Louise down the street was found outside Buc-ee's with a 40 in a paper bag the other night? Remember, we all thought in the neighborhood that she had cleaned up her act, but you know what? It was all a lie. Now, I don't like to gossip, but I think we need to look out for her.
I was going to say that sounds a little bit more like gossip than it sounds like small talk, but good answer. Good answer.
Is there a difference?
I think small talk is like, how's the weather?
Oh, you know what I heard about the weather?
One time, my friend and I were talking about ponies, and they're like small horses.
I believe that's more of a fact than small talk.
But they're like small horses, so that's what you talk about for small talk, like small things, like Smurfs.
I don't think, no, it's not the size.
And are the Smurfs really a small thing? While small in stature, they really captured pop culture for quite a long time, spanning 3 decades.
Doug, my children grew up on the Smurfs. And you know what I noticed? You have a fabulous tie-dye t-shirt on. Where did you get that? Did you get that down on South Street?
I don't remember, but thank you for noticing.
Oh, yeah. I think it goes really well with your curls. And I don't agree with these people in the chat that are trying to shame you for them. I mean, you should just appreciate what God gave you. And I see that you have beautiful hair.
Classy Alley, would you care to shame Doug for his curly hair again?
Listen, I already have, and I would like to demonstrate that I did not partake in any of that small talk because I believe how I'm doing is just fine. And what I think the PAC should enforce is a 0 small talk, 0 chit chat, 0 gossip policy. You just walk in, up to the stage, you perform, and then you say nothing to anybody, and you run away, and you go back and you recharge at home.
Classy Alley, I noticed the lamp behind you. Did you get that at Pier 1?
Uh-oh.
Because it
Small
looks
talk.
really good in your home. It's a nice accent behind you when you're on your computer phone.
Uh-oh. Doug.
And is that a 100-watt bulb you have?
Doug,
Yes, I did. Yes, I did get it from Pier 1.
They have the best sales, don't they?
please.
Yes, they do. Don't tell anybody I got a sale. Don't tell anybody that I got a sale.
I can small talk with anybody, Susan.
Unreal. Doug, I am hot and bothered now, and I'd love you to answer this question. How you doing? Did you hear me, Doug?
Huh? Oh,
How you doing?
dude. Well, I'm doing awesome. By so awesome. This has been like a total gas.
It has been a total guess.
Do you
Now
guys
I
want to be
do have
friends?
to make my decision.
Did somebody say, do we want to get in and out?
Do you guys
What?
want to be friends? Do you want to be friends? Do you guys want to be friends?
Yeah, classy.
Do you want to be friends? Do you want to be friends? Really?
Yeah.
Can I come over, Mary Beth, and can you show me how you shower your kids, and I can do that to
Maybe
myself,
it was a
and
flash forward.
and then can I go surfing with Doug? What?
Doug,
Absolutely. Let's start you off in a little nice, 10 further.
We'll get some cheesesteaks
No.
from D'Alessandro's, and we'll sit around and we'll figure out how we can get together on a semi-regular basis and
Okay.
and talk about anything. Susan, you want to join us?
I
Susan,
I would love
I'm
to,
sorry.
but you know, you all do know how the debate's supposed to work. We're not really supposed to be
Would,
friends with each other. We're kind of supposed to
Interesting.
debate.
no more. No
Would any of
more,
you-
Susan.
would any of you be interested in investing into my weed delivery service?
This is getting off the rails.
It's not legal in Pennsylvania yet. Sorry.
Is it true? Susan?
Are you asking me if I ask the questions here? This is a debate. It's not a hangout session, and it's not a do I want to buy your drugs from you, dog?
Oh, you want to buy some drugs?
No,
Oh, no,
I asked the question.
Great after you. The Susan Page straight, like where you start off really mellow. Next thing you know, boom.
Who wants the
Stop it.
kids?
I don't want any of this. Okay, I have another debate question, and it's going to be asked now. Who's better, Easter Bunny or Tooth Fairy? This is a speed question. We don't have much time left, and I still have to make my decision. Who started? I think it's Classy out. Did Doug start yet?
The answer, I can go. The answer to your question was who's better, the Easter Bunny or who else? The Dalai Lama? What was it? The Easter Bunny or who?
Let's go with that. The Easter Bunny or the Dalai Lama? Yes.
I would say Susan.
Oh dear.
The Easter Bunny is my answer. The Easter Bunny. I have brunch with the Easter Bunny every year. Take my kids. Easter Bunny.
Even small talking with the Easter Bunny. Doug.
That's like a tough one because they both bring joy to children.
Mm-hmm.
What?
In fact, the Dalai Lama
What brings
is in a recycling circle and is constantly being reborn with previous knowledge and wisdom. So he would never really die.
What if they're the
Because on
same
my
person?
weed delivery,
They're the same.
Doug, I don't mean this as an insult, but your intelligence surprises me.
oh, awesome.
All right, we're down to the point where I make my decision. This is the question that goes to all of you, and it decides who wins the debate. Please describe your entire output on life and what you would do for the pack to make it better as president in 3 words. Mary Beth, you may begin.
Only 3?
Only 3. You have 1 left.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh, going for my heart again, Doug. So we have only 3 Jesus. Doug, your 3 words?
Here I am.
Profound, beautiful,
Ah.
unexpected. Classy Alley, to finish off the debate, 3 words to describe you as president.
Make Susan president.
Oh dear. I have to decide between profound wisdom, Jesus Christ, or my own ego.
Mm.
Oh, congratulations, Susan, on your presidency.
Woo! Susan!
I'm going with this one who said Susan. Classy Alley wins the debate. I'm going for president. And yes, we can all be friends and buy marijuana together.
Yes.
This is the best day.
Yes.
I just gotta
Oh
get
my
my
gosh, let's go
bicycle
to Pier
together.
1.
Let's welcome back the other contestants to the screen if they're still in the room, and get a round of applause for everybody. Wonderful question answering. And
Excellent
please
work, everyone.
welcome your new president of the Pack Theater, Classy Alley.
Thank you. I concede to Susan.
Susan! Susan!
Yes, Suzanne.
Please stick around
Susan?
for Dark Matters at 10 p.m. right here on the Pack Twitch, only on Pack TV. I'm Susan Page, and I do have a butt. I don't know. I do. Okay? Prove it.
Stand up, Susan.
Let's see it.
Susan,
Let's see Susan's butt.
Susan's
Susan's butt. Oh, it's green screen. Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, that presidential act.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Susan. Look at that pantsuit.